This is a short video on my install of this acoustic installation kit where you get 5 panels in a box. And I'm going to be using them on my garage door, double door. So I had to buy 5 of these boxes because you get 5 panels in each box. And so I've got 16 panels on my garage door, the two car. So this is what the product is. Don't get paid by them or anything. I just like it because it's a foam, and it's got this silver lining on it on both sides. As you can see, this is what just a small piece what it looks like, and then with the styrofoam in between the back and the front. So it works out pretty well as far as I'm concerned. I'm happy with it. The one thing I will tell people to get, because I did try using a utility knife with brand new blades. I've got a lot of blades, and even with blades, cutting this stuff, you're going to get that white pebble crap all over. So do yourself a favor and go to Harbor Freight and pick up one of these. Here, let me move this back a little, and hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. It's the Chicago Electric heavy duty hot knife. You get a picture of the box. This is what the box looks like anyway, and there's more of what the product looks like, and I'll show you what the product looks like in a second here. I'm gonna go ahead and end this part and show you what tools I'm using. All right, this is the hand tools that I'm using. You can see that I'm using a square, and I'm also using a drywall square. You know, it's a 4-footer. You can see that way you can square it across these panels to be able to cut it. I'm using a couple of clamps over there, and you'll get a video on how I'm doing this, and also a putty knife. And then this is the hot knife that I'm using. It's adjustable. You can see that these are the adjustables, so it just slides down, and you got more room to cut with. And all it is a heat gun, but it gets pretty damn hot. I think it's like 800 degrees. It does have a little rotation button here to put whatever setting you want, and I'm using, I believe it's 4 doing this. I've already done some panels, and I figured, well, let me make a short video real quick so that people can see what this thing is, because somebody commented on that. They bought one, but they never showed what it is, and I'm going to show you. This thing really works well, very well. It's well worth the money. You may never use it again, but you may know somebody that might want to do it at their garage door, and you can just go ahead and loan it to them, give it to them, whatever. Because that's probably what I'll do too. So anyway, let's go ahead and start a panel, and so I can show you what I'm doing with my garage door. Okay, this is what the panel looks like. It's a 2-foot by 4-foot panel. They use mainly in walls and, you know, under concrete and stuff like that, but this stuff works pretty good for what we are using it for. The best thing about it too is you don't need to glue it, screw it, or anything in these aluminum door, steel door, garage doors anymore. So this is what I use. I've already got my measurements, but this is what I do to get this ready. So let me go ahead and make a few cuts, and I'll try to stay out of the way so that you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to step back for a second and make sure that this is in the screen. Since I'm doing this by myself, okay, yeah, you can see the square, and I've already marked off my 44 and a half, because that's what each panel width is on my doors. And so I just go ahead and mark off that, and then I use the square. Then I go ahead and use these clamps. You'll see why I'm doing it this way. I think I'm going to have to end this video and bring it back up a couple minutes later because I didn't plug the knife in. But while that's happening, I'm going to show you what I actually do. Is this is the button to turn it on, and this button you have to hold the whole time to make sure that it stays hot. So what I do is I just use a little bit of frog tape, and I just grab a little, put it on the side, push the button down, and just bring it around. You can see the light is on, so it's working. This thing takes a good 1 minute to really heat up to what it needs to be able to cut through this stuff. So we're going to give it the 1 minute to let it go, and I will stop this video in the meantime. Okay, it's been about a minute or minute and a half or so, and should be in view right there. And this thing is, like I say, it's just hot. Just go ahead and start it. You can see that all I do is I'm just running it right against my square, you know, to keep it nice and straight. And you'll see that it cuts it pretty well. On this cutter, you have a round edge and you have a more flat edge. It doesn't really make any difference what side you use. It works both ways. I've used it both ways. But you're going to see what it does as far as it's sealing it. Yeah, I missed a little bit right there. There. You see, this is all sealed right here. You know, it's all nice and done. You can see it smokes pretty well, which is fine. You know, it ain't going to hurt anything. And it just stinks a little. I mean, nothing you got to sit here and breathe in for the rest of your life. But you can see the edge. And you can see this is the raw edge, that factory edge. So they're pretty close. And you don't have all that white crap all over it. So that works very well. So I'm going to go ahead and do my length part here with the drywall square. And if I step into the camera a few times, you understand why. 20 1/4. I measure both sides just because, you know, it's not a big deal. You got the square and you don't have to measure once, but not a big deal for me just to do it that way. And again, I'm going to use the knife. Might not be able to see this. You want to come over here and twist this whole thing so that you can see me over here.
This like
the whole thing. Yeah. Is that good? Just this one here.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see I'm just doing the same thing. Here is the knife. This side here is more straight edge than the back side here. So you can do it both ways. Just turn it around. But I mean, this stuff just goes right through it, you know, like butter. Cuts it very well. You'll be glad to, you know, if you're going to put this stuff in, to invest in this knife. I don't know, remember what we paid. Was it 20 bucks or?
$19.
Yeah, 20 bucks is what we paid at Harbor Freight. And like I say, you'll probably never use it again, but for 20 bucks, it's a lot better than using a utility knife and having that white crap everywhere. I didn't go back into it far enough. That's the first time for that. Must have had too much of an angle. I wanted to show more of an angle on there for you guys. So, okay, I've got those cuts. Now what I do is on my garage door, and I'm going to stop this so I can readjust this to the door so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, we'll go ahead and insert one of these panels that we cut, and I'm also going to put in a smaller piece because this goes back that far, back into here. So very hard, even though you can bend this a little bit, you know, it's very hard to get that and get into this lip and this lip and this lip over here. So what I do is I just go ahead and cut it so that it's right there. And I'm not trying to insulate the door. I'm just trying to keep some of the heat out because this door gets really hot. This is the west facing door. So when that sun hits it, it really heats up. And when I'm in the garage, there's a lot of heat and I got to use fans. But anyway, just one reason that I do it. So the next one is, like I say, you're able to bend it a little, and you can see that I'm sort of bending it. Get it started in there. And then I use a 2-inch putty knife, and I'm probably going to be in the way for this. Let me see if I can get over here. So I just take this and I just go like that. These are when I'm on the other side. Just so I can get that up there. There. Now it's closer up where it's supposed to be. Go back over on this side. Do pretty much the same thing. And if anybody has any way easier, post it, because I didn't find any. Of course, I didn't look a lot either. So now you got both these sides done, then you can do the bottom, and it slides in pretty easily. And if you don't like what I'm doing here, we're not building a piano. So it's just something to keep some of the heat out. And for me, that works fine for me. So hopefully this will help other people in putting the stuff on their garage doors if they intend to do it. Like I said, I pretty much have my door done. You can see that these panels is done. Those panels over there, and those over there. I only have 3 left to do. But anyway, just wanted to do a short video so that it's up on YouTube so people will know. Okay, I'm gonna do the short video of cleaning this gun, taking off the tape and that. But you can see you get a little bit of goop on here, but it's not real bad because it comes off very, very easily with a wire brush. Can you hold this? Okay, here you go. Hold this one while I'm doing it. Okay?
Okay.
Make sure you get this area here. You can see this is coming off pretty good. I'm just using a regular wire brush just to get it off. Same thing with this. I'm leaving it on while I'm doing this because you want it easier, I found, with it on than having it off. This stuff comes off very easy. And that's it. Nice and clean. Taking off the tape. Taking off the tape. Taking off. Okay, come on, tape. It's frog tape too. That's it. Turn it off. Unplug it. We're done with that. And then the finished product over here. I put my other stuff back up because that's what I had on my garage door. Just, you know, glued on there or taped or whatever. And you can see it. It's just comes out pretty good. You know, I mean, not the super duper, you know, but it works. You know, we get a little closer shots for you so that you can see what the edges look like. You see that, you know, from the putty knife, it dents it a little. Not a big deal, you know. I mean, it's a garage, you know. So I know that there's going to be people that are going to say, "Ah, you messed it up," and you know what I say? I don't care. Because it's a garage, and I'm an old guy. When you get old, you care less. You know, because you don't have that many years to do this kind of crap any longer. So, anyway, have fun.